Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Nick O'Leary, and today I wanted to share with you all some kind of next gen tech and some futuristic things that you might actually get in your next car. Now, Multimedia Systems form the heart of any car. Years ago, literally just used to be an orange calculator display, and now look at them. They literally look insane. You've got ambient lighting everywhere, and in this particular car, blue lights in the actual vents themselves, this built-in widescreen display all the way across here. It looks incredible. But the thing is, this is now in 2022, so how does it get better than this? Well, let me show you. Now, in some selected Mercedes-Benz, you can order your new car with this screen. So this screen is almost like an MBUX version 2. It's not actually called that officially, but internally it's called NTG 7. And basically it's a new version of MBUX, not something that can be upgraded to the existing models. This is unique for this kind of portrait style screen here. But believe it or not, this is the smallest screen Mercedes now do. Mercedes-Benz are actually working on, and should be coming out this year, an MBUX hyperscreen which looks like this. Now, I don't know who thought of this in the world of Mercedes-Benz, but this looks incredible. Whoever thought to just completely change the dashboard and turn it into this massive slab of a screen is a genius. It looks absolutely incredible. So I can't wait to show that on the channel when I get my hands on one. But the reason why this multimedia system is so good is because it has a few tips and tricks up its sleeve. So for one, for example, for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto lovers, you can now do wireless Apple CarPlay, no cable. So this is obviously really good. This kind of multimedia system has a built-in dedicated, I guess, Wi-Fi receiver, so you can actually do this capability kind of wirelessly. Sadly, it's not retrofittable to the existing MBUX systems with the kind of widescreen going across the dashboard, but hey, it's a step in the right direction. And yeah, of course, then you've got wireless charging in here, so that's obviously really good. And of course, it's huge as well. You've got the whole Apple CarPlay bit up here, and then you've got this bit which stays fixed, which is your climate control, so that is really good. Although I am wondering what it looks like on the MBUX hyperscreen. I wonder which part of it goes to that and how many screens it covers. I would imagine it's probably one, but should be really exciting to see. Oh, and while I'm here as well, on cars with this portrait styled screen, there is a hidden feature literally just here, and this is a fingerprint sensor. So yes, your actual car has a fingerprint sensor for logging in. Now, just to confirm, this isn't a way to kind of turn the car on without a key or anything. It's purely for your user profiles. So in pretty much every MBUX model, you can save up to 7 different profiles, 7 different users, and log in with your own settings. This one just takes it a step further, and you've got fingerprint recognition. So you can go on here and literally put your finger on here and it will log you in, basically, as long as you've got your Mercedes Me account all linked up and everything, and it'll load all your settings and your seat and steering wheel back up the way you left it. So that's pretty cool. However, of course, in the world of Mercedes-Benz, there is the S-Class. Now, the S-Class takes things even further and has facial recognition, literally in this area here. So you literally just get in, it'll scan your face, and then it will load everything up, so it's even quicker. Now, they do have the fingerprint sensor as well, but it just kind of gives you that option to choose whichever one you fancy. Now, next up is the camera system found on this new multimedia system. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a 360-degree camera on other Mercedes-Benz, or even reversing camera, that's all really good. You've got different views and angles and that sort of thing. But the processing power of this is literally second to none. It is amazing. So I've got almost like an assault course lined up just around here, so let's put it to the test on something I wouldn't actually drive my own car through. And that here is some cones, and that looks pretty tight. So I'm going to try and line up here to the best that I can. Oh yeah, there's the sensors going. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to press the camera button here, which will bring up the camera, and then I can clearly see there's the sensors and here are the cones. So I should be able to go through here with some relative ease. Yes, I know. Sensors. There we go. And we're through. Now, what's so clever about this camera system is that it just automatically kind of picks the best view possible, and there you go, it just zooms out because I'm away from those cones now. You can clearly see everything around it. And what's so clever is you can tap on the screen and basically move the camera around to wherever you'd like. So you can clearly go over here and see what I just went through, those cones over there, zoom in, zoom out. It even shows you your indicators, just for attention to detail. But what is very, very clever is, imagine this white line just here. Imagine that that's a curb, and you can actually put the camera angle down to it. So for example here, this white line, say you were driving along here and wanted to keep to that white line, you can kind of move the camera around and clearly see where you need to go. And obviously if you went that way, too far away from the curb, that way, too close to the curb, it's so sophisticated. I want that in my car. Now, next up on the list, guys, that I'd like to share with you all is something called sound experiences. Now, I've only found this on one model at the moment, and it is Mercedes-Benz's flagship electric car, the EQS. But it does show you what could potentially filter down to other models in years to come, especially when everything goes all electric. But if you haven't heard this, you will want to hear this. It sounds out of this world. So EVs, they're obviously like very quiet when you put them in drive and they don't really make a sound. But you can turn on sound experience, which basically does this. Can you hear that kind of ambient sound? But look what happens when you rev it. Not really that you can rev an EV, but have a listen. It's like Dolby surround sound as well, because the sound comes from here and then it kind of progressively travels to the back with the speakers. Just in case you missed the sound of an engine, I guess. But there is more. There's also a thing on here, if we go to settings, called Vivid Flux, which I can only describe as like a futuristic sounding electric car that you might see in a movie. So listen to this. And I'll go to accelerate. That just sounds so cool. Am I just a kid for wanting that? I think so, but I definitely would want that in my my future electric car. I wonder what it sounds like when you launch it down the road. Interesting. But yeah, obviously there's a couple of ones to choose from there. You've got Silver Waves and Vivid Flux, and yeah, if you didn't want that, you can just turn it all off. So yeah, that is an extra thing which I found on the new multimedia system on NTG 7 or MBUX version 2. Only on the EQS at the moment, but I hope that rolls out to other models too. And the final one today then, guys, is as the processors and graphics in these new multimedia systems are so powerful, they're getting onto almost computer speeds, meaning you can actually load up YouTube and pop on a few videos or something. So in case you want to check out another round of tips or tricks on your Mercedes, then you could go in here and load up YouTube. Now, of course, if you didn't want to do that, then you could put a movie on like a memory stick or something, pop it on the USB kind of slots in here, and then yeah, you could basically just watch a movie in here. Of course, I'd imagine it would grey out when you're driving for safety, but yeah, put a movie on, check out that kind of Burmester surround sound system, and just kind of relax. So then, guys, out of this list today, what would be your favourite one? Let me know down below in the comment section. For me, I think it's a bit of a toss-up between Apple CarPlay with the wireless capability and the EV sound experience, but there again, that's only going to be on electric cars, but nonetheless, it's all pretty cool. What's your favourite though, guys? Let me know in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to Sandown Mercedes-Benz, as they help provide access to all these awesome cars you see in the videos, so it'd be very tricky to do it without them, so huge shout out to them. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next week, Friday 4 PM, see you then.